The most important media outlet in the country right now.
Welcome to the Watering Hole. This is another episode live here from Adelaide, at the media centre here in Adelaide, LIV 2025. I know one man down the end here is super excited about this one.
Busting at the seams.
Mate, Pat Perez, thank you for joining the Watering Hole, mate. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, mate. We've this bloke down here has been trying to find a way to get you on for a long time. So
I think you've been mentioned every single episode. Pat Perez has come up in our episode, so we're all big fans.
The official PP.
I hope I don't disappoint.
Definitely not.
No, well, firstly, welcome to Adelaide, mate, and I hope you're enjoying it. How are you finding Adelaide?
I love it. I mean, this is my third time here.
Yeah.
So I love the event. It's been amazing every year. The city's great. I mean, the weather's been awesome.
The heat hasn't been too much?
Nah, shit. That's like just being at home.
Oh, beautiful.
That's Arizona,
Yesterday was just a regular June day for me.
Yeah, that's all right then. Beautiful.
How have you found the course set up so far this year?
It looks good. It's a little soft, boys tell me. I think it's going to dry out from today, and I believe tomorrow will be a little windy, and then Saturday's supposed to pump a little bit too. So I think it's going to dry out. I think they're going to get where they want it. They obviously had to put a lot of water on because of the heat.
Yeah.
So to not get it to die too early. So I think they're going to get it right. They always do. But I want it firm and fast.
Yeah.
That's how it needs to be.
Yeah.
You're here in a new role this year, obviously, which we'll get to a little bit later. But let's go back to the beginning when you joined LIV. Take us through that decision to come across after years of playing on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult. I was 46 at the time. I wasn't playing great, grinding it out every week. I never really thought about it because I I never had an offer to come out and play. So, someone in my position wouldn't have tried. But then I was at dinner at Memorial, and I got a call from DJ. Said, "Hey, I just signed, and I want you on my team. I got a deal coming for you." And I did have to actually think. I thought about it all week, and I went through all the options, and because I knew once I decided one way or the other, I was stuck there.
Yeah.
So I knew if I left the tour, it was done. But I figured if I could play with him for 3 or 4 years, I would, make a ton of bread. 46, 7, and 8. I mean, athletes don't really make that much money if you're.
Yeah, that's right.
At that time,
you got to think, and you got to think about that stuff, don't you? Really, like
obviously, and plus, it was a hard decision to leave the tour. I've been there for 21 years, and I don't know. It was tough. But then when DJ called and wanted to be on the team, I went over with family and other people that said, basically, you got your fucking mind if you don't go.
Yeah,
so,
that's it.
It was one of the decisions, and I was very happy with it in the end.
Yeah,
I do miss a lot of tournaments on the tour.
Yeah.
I've had such a blast here, building relationships and having that team thing, which I love. I love the team aspect of it. Can you get to know the boys that I play with and, be a tight circle and everything. It's been great. And everybody else, we're all in this together. So it's not like it's team. We're all in this, circle together. So it's such a different vibe than it is anywhere in the world.
The one thing, just to go to your point there, did obviously when you took the leap and you came across and DJ called you and said once you're part of the 4 Aces, did the backlash of all the controversy around LIV, did that really enter your mind at all? Or
it's hard, especially the American. Because I had you and your family should kill yourselves. You're not for 9/11. You're not American.
Oh wow.
Whatever. It was nonstop, and I just basically shut down social media. And I didn't do I did no more podcasts, no more nothing. I'm like, you know what? If that's the way it is, that's the way it was. And I was not going to engage in it because I made a decision. And like I told everybody, I said, you don't know what it's like until something's put in front of you.
100%.
It's easy to sit at home or whatever you are, but I explained it. I said, look, you're going to get whatever job you have. Mm-hmm. You're going to get an offer that is essentially 20 times more right up front than what you make now to do the same job. So when you put yourself in that situation, when you get that opportunity, you can tell me what I need to do. Because let's say I played on tour. Let's say that was my last year, and I didn't play again until I was 50. Then went to the Champ Tour. Was everybody like, oh well, at least he stuck it out? At least he stayed loyal and
exactly.
No, nobody would have done that. You're out of sight, out of mind. Nobody would have cared, and then that would have been it. So I went through all that, and it was brutal. It was the comments and everything were terrible, but I knew it was going to happen.
It is what it is, though, right? Like, I mean, we've talked about it a bunch on our podcast, you know, and we say, as you just said, you present anyone else in their day-to-day life with the same options, you know, they're going to take it. You know, they're going to take it.
If you're sitting at this desk and the guy across the street calls you and says they want to sit you at that desk, you wouldn't even tell your boss goodbye.
No, that's right.
you just leave the desk open, the computer's running, you go over there and you get a new laminate and you're happy as shit. I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I understand kind of the whole thing, but again, you know, the tour didn't really handle this well. You know, Jay Monahan didn't take the phone calls. He didn't bring it into the players. If it's a player-run operation, then why didn't the players get to look at it?
Yeah.
You know, okay, what Phil, all the things that Phil talked about were all true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
so you know, it's obviously it was a touchy situation all the way around, but everybody started coming and this and that. You know, but like I told Brooks, I said, you know, you've got 5 majors. What do you think you're supposed to be making?
Yeah.
Look at how much you bring in and all this. I mean, you look at a guy like Steph Curry. This guy's making $60 million.
Yeah.
You got 4 rings. What do you think he's going to get? You think he's going to make $2 million?
Yeah.
You think he's out of the pocket right out of the gate the next season? Hey, Steph, good job. You know, thanks for the ring. We'll pay as we go. You know, if you do this, But you know, you're on your own. Make sure you get on Southwest, and you know, it's not like. It doesn't work that way. So golf has always been that way. The stigma of he's a journeyman, you know, he put in his time and all that crap. I don't get that.
Nah.
I mean, every other draft in the world, if you're drafted, you get paid right out of the gate.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah, 100%.
Nobody cares. They don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
But for golf, somehow, it's like, he's got to earn it. He's got to put in the time. He's got to prove and that. Well,
They've
changed that.
And that sort of respect and stuff that goes so far. Like, really, you have to take care of yourself, your family. That's
But
number
if you
one.
go back to it, if the PJ Tour takes a call from Yasser, and he understands, like, what do you want? Like, all they had to do is say, what do you want? Give us an outline of what you want. How can we do it? Maybe we can do it. Let's sit down and figure out if we can do it. Don't just not take the phone call.
Yeah, ignore it.
And just ignore the whole thing and then tell them they can't do it.
Yeah.
I got news for you.
Yeah.
This guy can do a lot of things.
Yeah, it's been done.
He can do anything he wants. And now you've seen what's come in. Here's our 4th year. And all of a sudden now, Tour's looking for a handout from PIF.
Yeah.
Why do you need that money? I thought you guys were flush.
Yeah.
You know, why do you need SSG? Why are you all of a sudden now paying the players? And this PIP deal and all this other stuff. You know, I mean, they're giving Tiger, you know, $15 million, $10 million to win the PIP. He doesn't play an event. In my opinion, he's still $1 billion short. What that guy had done for the game, you know, growing up with him, what he did for the game, he is owed billions of dollars for what he brought in.
100%.
But somehow they're just, you know, he doesn't play and they still give him the PIP money, and, you know, he has to stay loyal to that tour. I get it. But, you know, he built the game. And then who knows what would have happened if it would have come, and who knows? I mean, he might have taken the phone call and say, what do you want?
Yeah.
You don't know. And I've asked every businessman I've been around, very successful people, what would you have done in this position?
Yeah.
So we take the phone call.
Yeah, at least.
If you have this much and you have a company and someone calls with this much, you're going to at least take the phone call.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's like, dude, you've called me 11 times. What do you want? What do you want?
Sorry, Pat, I didn't know it was 11 times I called.
But I mean, you know, it's like, what is the deal? Is there a way? Is there a way? You know, let's just look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just go this way on it, you know. But then now all of a sudden they're looking for money, and the deal comes a year later.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
hindsight, they would have done something different.
And all these great players would still be on that tour.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with it. Everyone says, the divide. Well, the divide came for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, all these great players should all be together. The DJs, the Brooks, Roms, and it's funny how they only want a couple players back.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I mean, DJ's a lifetime member. Phil's a double lifetime member. You know, you've got Rom, obviously, is incredible. Brooks, Bryson, DJ. You know, go down the Reed. I mean, look how many major winners are here.
Yeah.
You know, Sergio's going to play this year because he wants to try to become the Ryder Cup. Well, this all could have been avoided, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what sucks about the whole thing. But then to take all the heat for, you know, especially Americans, we got killed.
Crucified.
We got absolutely crucified for taking the deal. It's like, well, in my position, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm 46. I can't beat a lot of these guys anymore on the tour.
I think that's the thing.
You're gonna throw me a bunch of money and basically gonna take care of me, and I've done all this, but you know, what am I? You know, I'm loyal to myself first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I earned every step of the way.
Yeah.
playing the tour. They wouldn't give them. They were just handing out tour cards.
Yeah.
I paid $7,000 to go to Q School.
Yeah.
Won that, and I paid for all my tournaments and paid for them, and I earned, and I kept my card every single year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing given.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything has to be given, but
Yeah.
But you definitely earned it.
Definitely
Yeah.
earned it.
That's the
You
point.
earn it,
So
you know?
you earn the right to make your own decision then, don't you? Really.
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
then-
and I appreciate because the tour has done. They do a phenomenal job in providing opportunities for everybody to play and make money. That is what
Yeah.
PGA Tour has done forever. Now the LIV has done a better job
Yep.
of doing that.
Yep.
With the way they treat us and the way things that are taken care of. It's just like, because other athletes are like, wait a minute, you got to pay for your own flight.
Yeah.
You're paying.
Yeah.
Wait, you got to pay for your caddy. You got to pay for the hotel. You got to pay for your food. You don't have charters. No, you don't get a loot check when you get off the plane. Private plane. What private plane? I mean, what? None of that. They can't believe these guys are making $25-30 million on a private plane. They're staying at the Ritz. They get money for the 3 days.
Yeah.
We're all out of pocket, and just somehow it was the normal thing. I don't know how it. I blame the generations before where that didn't change.
Yeah.
So, but then all of a sudden this comes around and we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's how I look at it. But I don't know. I do hope in the end something comes together with this, where the top players can all get back together where they belong.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody wants to see. I want to see it, and I know all the fans do, because that is the best thing for the sport.
And I don't think the resistance seems to be on the LIV side at all. Like they still want to find ways to get the guys onto majors and everything else.
Yeah, well, it's all going to depend on what happens with, I don't even know what to call it anymore. I've heard 30 different things, from merger, acquisition, whatever the hell this thing is called. Whatever happens with that, I hope that it gets the players that have whatever status to go to play. Because again, it's not like everybody's on the misconception that all the LIV players are going to go to the tour. Well, it's not that. There's only so many guys that have status. There's only guys that like for me and Poulter and Westwood and Stenson and Phil and Blandy. I mean, Blandy won 2 majors for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Why is he not on the tour?
Yeah.
Because he's not a member or whatever. But we've all put in our time to go straight out of the champ tour based on the money list.
Yep.
And Phil alone, double lifetime member. I mean, that's the kind of guy you want on your tour. But
Absolutely.
we'll see. Whatever happens to this deal, I don't know. It's going to be. There's so many questions out there and so many unknowns about it that we'll just have to see until it actually gets done.
Feels like it's just gone on and on, hasn't it? Really?
We're 2 years in now. We're almost 2 years in, and who knows? I've heard that something might happen soon.
Yep.
But again, I don't have the first detail about it, and really a lot of players don't either. They just don't. They don't tell us really anything, and they really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Until they get it done.
Yeah,
that's
So,
right.
Interesting now we're seeing like the exemptions. It feels like there's like wheels turning a little bit with the RNA announcing the Open exemption and the USGA announcing the US Open exemption. So it feels like there's a little bit of maybe momentum. What does it look like? What do you think it looks like though? How does the two tours or two events coexist?
Well, I think the majors are doing a good job of, even though it's one spot, at least they're realizing that they need somebody in this field, in their field.
Yeah.
I think they know they need more.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great start that they've done it. So that is a good start. I don't think the world rank thing is ever going to happen because everybody's so far. I mean, I think Rahm's like 38 now. I can promise you, the way I watch him play, he ain't 38. They give anybody a run for his money any time of the day, on any tour, at any course. I don't know, but it's a good start. It's a good start. I think it's a little light on the exemptions, but hey, it's a start. At least they're recognizing that. Look, we're going to need some of these guys.
Yep.
So,
bunch of new events this year. What are you looking forward to the most?
all of them. I love them all.
Yeah.
They're like I said last year, the last 3 years. These are all majors for me.
Yeah.
14 events at 20 clicks. I mean, that's a major for me. So. They're all great. This one is the most exciting of them all.
Yeah,
for sure. The fans are incredible. Everyone, it's just a hell of an event. But they're all great in their own ways. The cities we go to are fun. Fans are great. They're just really run events.
Yep. And Riyadh last week, we were talking before we started recording the episode. How'd you find the night golf thing?
I did. I think it's a good idea, especially when you're trying to get on prime time in the States. So getting it at 10 a.m. on Fox was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I think everybody as a whole enjoyed it. You know, it's something. It's different again, right? It's not every night, every week, but it's something different. I think everybody enjoyed it.
And
I think it looked great on TV.
Willing to take that chance as well. Try something different, see if it works.
And we were saying, like, it's just another step closer to getting, I don't know, just bringing golf to a level of, say, where, like, the NFL is or the F1 is, and you can have these events under lights, and it's just another aspect, and it brings these courses to life. And
I mean, you think about the F1 in Vegas. I mean, it starts late. It starts late, but it's awesome. I mean, nothing like Vegas at night.
No,
with all the lights and all that. And Riyadh, the way they brought in all the lights and everything, and all the light show and all that
crazy.
stuff. I mean, it's way better than having it during the day.
And you know, again, to the traditional golfer, you'd go, oh, you know, we haven't seen that before. You know, so like it has to be exciting, especially for young golfers.
If people would just give everything a chance instead of going in with this deal of, oh, I'm not even going to watch it because it's this or it's that. I would just watch it and actually give yourself a legitimate chance to enjoy it or not enjoy it.
You got to try something once to know if you like it, right? So it's at least
but
you got to
go in with an open mind, going, let me just watch it and I'll come with something.
Yeah.
You know, well, you don't like it, but try it.
Was it cold over there? It seemed like
it was freezing.
Yeah.
I was like a damn snowman at the end every night. I mean, it was frozen.
You're gonna ask Bryson for his big parka jacket?
I tell you, I'd have bought it from him. I was frozen. When you're not playing and moving around I was frozen. You know, walking and then driving around the car, that was dead.
Complete polar opposites. Then going from that to then here, you got the hottest city in the world yesterday in Adelaide. That's what they said on the news.
I guarantee. I said that yesterday. I said I guarantee this has to be the hottest place in the world because the U.S. we have nothing near this right now.
Yeah, and we were walking around. And I was like, I'm dripping. Like,
I loved it though. I love the heat. I mean, I live in Arizona, so I love the heat. I hate cold. I cannot do the cold. We get some cold nights, but I'm not outside.
Yeah.
Especially walking around in the wet grass. It was cold, I'll tell you.
So, new role for you now. Obviously, been with the Four Aces since day one, and now the clubs are. They're not. They're
gone.
They're gone.
I know where they are.
So I was going to say that. Have you brought them? Do you get a chance to play anymore?
I have zero interest. I have zero interest because I have nowhere to play.
Yeah.
You know, and I made a decision in January that I was going to take this on full steam and try to learn about it and try to get as good as I could about it, so that if there was a chance to play the Champions Tour next year, you know, I would definitely continue the TV and possibly play some tournament because I would be in the majors next year, so I would probably get ready for those. But I'm going to do this all the way through September. And then if there's a possibility of me playing any of the championship stuff, then I would probably get going again.
Yeah.
But if not, then, you know, I don't really miss it, to be honest with you, though. I mean, I've been on the road since 1998.
Yeah.
I've spent my whole life on the road, and this is almost like a midlife break is how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So when I go home, I get to hang out with my girl and my kids. And it's like I don't have to. Usually when I go home for a 2-week break, it's like 4 days off, laundry, all the other crap you're doing. And then it's like, God, I got to get back to the course. Got to get ready. Got to try to beat John Rahm, which I'm not going to do. You know? It's like these things. Like, why am I even practicing? I'm not going to beat anybody. So, you know, so it's awesome because then I get to hang with my kids and be a family, which I've never done. Never been. I mean, I missed my son's birth, his first and third birthday.
That's hard. Rough.
I'm not. It's not a, you know,
not a hobby.
Poor me story, but it is what goes on in real life.
Yeah,
sure.
And a lot of people don't realize these things, and it is a decision, you know, that you do, and it's what it is. It's part of it.
Well, it's true. Once you put it into perspective, like you did, you know, you go, oh well, you know, I don't miss it. It might be that's a really nice time of my life playing golf, but you know, then you stack it up against the things that you just mentioned that you miss, and you go, well, that's that chapter.
Yeah, I mean, I've been home for 4.5 months with my kids. And we've had so much fun with them because I've never really been able to spend that much time with them.
Yeah,
we do everything together, and I mean, my daughter's 6, my son's 3.
Yep.
And I've missed a lot of my daughter's life just being on the road, trying to do whatever I can to provide the best life for them.
Yeah.
And that comes with being on the road.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I didn't play like, you know, the guys I grew up with, Tiger and Phil and Ernie and Retief and Fred Couples and all these stars.
Yeah.
I wasn't that.
Yeah.
So I grinded out every year to keep my card, and that means being on the road a lot.
Yeah.
So it was what it was. I mean, I'm lucky I got to play that long, and like I said, I'm not going to miss it this year. I'm gonna learn how much I can do on the TV, and if it's great, I'd maybe do it a long time. And if I can play here and there, if I want to, maybe. But right now, I'm just kind of enjoying, just kind of hanging out, to be honest with you.
That's good though. I mean, and something new that obviously you can look forward to, and as you said, get better and learn the craft of it. Like you're obviously doing. We actually said no bullshit in Riyadh. You did a great job, because it's obviously when you're in the game as much as last year, you can call the shots. I reckon you called Cam's shots.
Yeah.
Like I reckon you had about 3 or 4 and said he's going to put this to within a couple of feet. And then
What did we say? The Tony Romo of golf.
Yeah,
It's just because I play with these guys so much that I just know, like, Rom is so boring. Down the middle, 10 feet. You're going to make it or not. There's no action. There's no foul balls. There's no, it's like, what do you got? Well, he's in the middle of fairway again. Surprise, surprise. He's got 8 on his hand. I expect to be within 12 feet. And sure as hell it is. And, he'll probably make this one because he likes I mean, it's just, he is so good and so consistent. It's hard. And I got him again tomorrow. So I got to come up with, we'll probably see a little more creativity tomorrow, though, because I've never really seen him play on a links type of course. So, and he has every shot. He's got all 9 shots. His short game is wicked. His putting's incredible. So I expect him to be near the top again, like usual.
Yep.
But I expect to see different shots tomorrow, which will be cool. That's what's so awesome about this course.
Well, you go.
No, go.
I was going to say, the course looks incredible. I was going to say. So, who do you think are going to be the main guys that are up the top there this weekend?
Usual suspects. I hope Cam's there for the Aussies, obviously, and it'd be great to see him to Ripper win again, because last year was awesome.
Crazy.
It was epic. So, obviously I want to see my aces do well. I think DJ's playing great. He makes some putts. He's going to be up there. You get your usual suspects. Rom. Straight hitters, great short games. That's what it is. It's more short. It's more short game than really anything, but. It's your usual suspect. But this is the kind of course, I've told people, this is the kind of course that brings a lot of the field into play, because it's not long. You got to be creative, and you've got to have it. So whoever putts well and gets up and down is going to be in the mix. You don't have to be a long hitter. I mean, I could see like a Nirban Lahiri being in the mix here. He's a straight hitter, great short game. That kind of player. And he did. He finished second. First year I finished third. I mean, he is that kind of guy that can be in there. It doesn't favor really anybody.
I was going to say that year, obviously, Gooch getting it done. Lahiri second. You were up there. Last year with Steele, and we had Kazuma as well that were looking the goods. So
you could get a total surprise. Like Steele was a surprise last year, but he's good enough to play. Like that and have that kind of success on this course. That's what this course does. It's all. It's who's hitting it straight, who makes the putts. If you miss it, you got to get up and down. Missing the right spots. It's whoever does that on this kind of course. There's a lot of players in the play that you probably wouldn't mention.
You mentioned the 4 aces there before. Obviously, you were there since day one, and not there this year. Thomas Peters has replaced you. When did you sort of find out? Was it something that you were thinking about during the year about stepping away, or?
No, it was kind of more of a forced thing. I don't think the league was really going to have me play, but I didn't play well enough to even really have a shot. I went through a lot of shit in the last 18 months. It was just a hard year, and with this type of format, it's a fast-paced deal. You only get 13 runs at it. The team doesn't count, but you get 13 runs, and if you're not running, you're just going to get steamrolled. And I just had too much shit going on, and I just couldn't get out of it. And once you get down the season far enough, you just can't catch up. So. I had talked to the guys about doing TV in the past. I didn't think it would be this soon, but they went with Thomas, and Thomas is a great player. I get it. So I'm sure it was a hard decision for everybody, but it is what it is. I was lucky to fall into this thing. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do TV and still be around other guys and travel the world and be part of LIV, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about being part of it still.
Well, that's the one thing we said. As long as they let you go off the leash, you know what I mean? They let you go. Right? We want that unfiltered Pat Perez.
You're in a lot of trouble doing that.
Especially live.
It's good to have you. Obviously, like I said, I think having a player just as as yourself that was there last year, see all these guys, to know the guys, to know how they warm up on the range and everything. That's really beneficial, obviously, to the league and the viewers. But like you said for yourself, being still involved.
Yeah, it's great because I can talk to anybody. anybody. Like I just spent 30 minutes with DJ, and I can watch Rom hit balls all day. I mean, I play them all the time anyway at home.
Yeah.
But like Bryson, I just asked him, I said, "What's your strategy? What's going on?" I watched him hit balls for 20 minutes. He's just talking about stuff. That's information that I can get. Because I've known these guys so long. For one, I play with them. I've been in the game a long time, so. And they know that I'm not there to wear them out. I'm there to, promote them and talk about how great they are and what they do good or what they don't do good or whatever it is. But they know that I have their back, so they trust me in the fact that I'm here to help promote them. But
exactly.
They also know I need to come up and get some info. Like, what are you working on? That's like AK. I went over and said, "What are you working on?" He's hitting his driver. He's killing his driver right now. He's just working on his short game, and he got his wedge dialed in. They changed some loss on his wedges, and he was hitting it great. I hope he does well because he needs the story for him has to be he's got to start playing better.
He's had that year.
He's had the year. It's time now. I told him on the range. I said, "Bro, so you've got to get." You got to get rolling. You got to get rolling. I think he's ready. But that's the thing that I can bring is I have all the inside knowledge of how players play or what they're working on. I can walk up to anybody and ask them what's going on, and they'll tell me. And so that's what I try to bring.
I think that's great for LIV as well because it's gonna. The players are going to let their guard down more because they're talking to a peer. They're not talking to a reporter.
The reporters they're hard because something could be said and they didn't really understand it or catch it right. It could be written wrong.
That's right.
So
it gets interpreted the wrong way.
I give the knowledge. I mean, I didn't sleep for like a week before the Buck. How am I not going to screw this up? What the hell am I going to say? And I was talking to my girl about it, and she was like, what can you do? How can we be different, this and that? And I started thinking, like, maybe if I put myself in their shoes on the tee, like if I was playing, it was basically like being a mic'd up player. When you do a mic'd up thing, here's what you're thinking about. I said, fuck, that's it. I said, I got to go with more of that of, what's the guy thinking on the tee box? Where does he not want to hit it? Where does he want to hit it? Where is he in the tournament? Is he gonna attack the pin? Is he going to play safe? Is he gonna, all these things? I'm like, God, I'm gonna try that. And then it went a little bit better, and then I was going with a less is more type approach for it. But I think I will get a little. I'll start letting out the leash a little bit when I get.
Definitely do.
Bring up a few of the old war stories.
I don't know. I'll probably get there eventually, but I'm just trying to get shot or arrested at this point.
I respected the Jordan hoodie on TV. That was cool. I like that.
I was freezing.
Yeah.
I asked my producer. I'm like, I'm frozen. I said, I know it's Jordan, but I don't have anything else. I've got all the layers on. This is the last one. I even had another one to put over. I'm like, I was frozen. I mean,
this is Pat Perez, man. We're in Jordan.
That's me. That's just what it is. I mean,
we've got to ask the Jordan question while we're here. I've got them on.
Yep.
They're appearing everywhere all over golf courses now.
Oh yeah,
you were kind of like the big one for it. How many pairs do you actually have? I've seen the YouTube video where they went into your house and saw the room.
I have some other videos, but I moved out of that house, so now they're just everywhere. I actually I get these huge boxes. They're almost the size, like half of that table, about this high. And I sent 8 boxes to LA for the victims, fire victims, and about 70 pairs of shoes.
Oh, wow.
These people had nothing. Right? I gave them socks and drawers and pants and sweaters and sweatpants and all kinds of stuff because I'm like, I can't fit this shit in in my house now. I got so much of this stuff. And there's people over there have nothing, and it's cold. So a buddy of mine from Silverleaf was... So we got a truck going. I said, give me, half a day. And I started loading, and I sent it out. But, as a whole, I don't know. There's probably a couple thousand.
Does it get to the point that we don't even know
it's actually
what you've got?
It's I never thought I'd have a problem with shoes, but...
Are you still adding to the collection?
God bless Jordan. I just got another shipment the other day. I mean,
Straight online.
It is by far my favorite thing. There's nothing. I'm like every month is like Christmas. This box comes. I don't know what's in there, and I just get giddy. It's the coolest thing to get Jordan stuff sent to you. And this is my 8th year with him now, so. I've been luckier than hell. I mean, I never thought at almost 49 I'd be getting, Jordan stuff sent to me. It's just the coolest thing. And Michael is so awesome. My boy Jordan Gregg, who takes care of me, they're just, it's awesome. I mean, it's just, I can't explain it. It's just the greatest feeling in the world.
That's another cool thing about Jordan, the brand, isn't it? It seemed to be like when a lot of you guys were starting to come over, we were seeing a lot of sponsors abandoning their players and whatever. And Jordan really seemed to embrace you guys coming across.
Yeah, I actually called him when I was up doing David Farady's thing, and I was with Ben Roethlisberger and Emmett Smith.
Oh, wow.
And I was telling him about this thing. I got a deal that time. Like, dude, you got to take it. What are you talking about? Because you're 46. He goes, how are you going to turn this shit down? I go, I guess that's a fair point. But then I called Michael. I was there, and I said, hey, man, I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes. And he's like, call me in 10. I go, so I call him. I goes, hey, dog, what's up? I said, man, I got an offer from LIV.
Yeah.
I said, I want to know your, I want to know your opinion. On it. What do you think? He goes, dog, I don't know if it's good. And so we talked for about 10 minutes, and I said, Michael, I said, I'm 46, man. I don't know how long this is going to go, and I don't know if I can turn this kind of bread down at my age. I said, and in the end, he's like, dog, if I'm you, I'll take the deal. I said, well, the biggest thing is I want to still be part of the brand.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything that would screw up being part of the brand. And he's like, dog, you'll be with the brand forever. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was it was cool to have his blessing for sure.
Yeah.
And then when Harold came, that was another big part.
Yeah.
So and now everyone's wearing Jordan stuff. But now it's such a moot point because as soon as the tour signed, as soon as they did that deal with the Oscar and Monahan on that TV, it was. There's nothing more anybody can say.
Yeah.
Because the big golf power group now is sitting with the guy that they never picked up the phone call for. Now all of a sudden he's sitting on live television. I thought it was a joke. I got a message from somebody said these guys are sitting together. I go, where? Why the hell would they be sitting together? There's no reason, right? And then they were. I'm like, God damn, you got to be shitting me. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, it's all over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody in the world can say anymore because the tour now has done a deal, so can't say anything about us anymore.
Yeah.
There's just no way. There's just no way. And it kind of relaxed a bunch of things. And now you're starting to see a bunch of sponsors come in. Like John's got Callaway coming in, and Bryson's got Reebok, and there's a ton of guys that wear
Grayson.
and clothing sponsors, and it's awesome. It's good to see that everybody kind of came around and got together. But again, the big picture is getting everybody near or around the same circuit, getting everybody to play big tournaments together. That is what I know the fans want to see in the end, and that's really where it needs to get to.
I think, even we've noticed coming in yesterday, the new corporate partners everywhere. We've had Channel 7 since day one here in Australia that have been broadcasting it. How huge is Fox in America jumping
Massive.
on this?
And then we got ITV now.
ITV,
Pisses me off because I got to watch that damn Love Island all the time. But my girl got me into that. I'm so mad about it. These guys
can't get enough.
It sucks, man.
Like a guilty pleasure.
People drive me crazy on that show.
But you can't turn away.
I can't turn off. I can't turn off.
It's like Married at First Sight.
And then the Love Is Blind's coming on 2 days from now. It's like, jeez, I'm getting stuck into all this stuff. But it's awesome. It's huge to have that massive channel behind us because that just keeps showing people, look, this is real. And you've got major people behind it. It shows that this is real stuff.
Yep. 100%.
It's not a joke anymore.
Yeah.
And now that majors are giving spots, Fox is behind, big companies getting behind. Question is now, what's next? How does it start piecing? Now this last part of the biggest part of the puzzle is what happens with the PIF and the tour and people with status or anything. That is the big question. That's the end result of all of it.
Yep.
So
we won't keep you too much longer. Steve's got a couple of questions to finish off, but just one more. Now that you're with the broadcast team, on course obviously, do you see yourself moving into the booth at some point? And what's it been like working with the team with Faraday and Arlo and Jerry and those guys?
Those three are phenomenal. I mean, Jerry called me. He's like, don't worry about anything. I go, that's all I've been doing. Don't overthink it. That's all I've been doing too. Jerry and Arlo and David are phenomenal. I mean, they set me up for success last week. They're so good. And then you've got Dom and Sue Ann, who are great on the course. They both helped me a lot. And the rest of the team, the whole team, has been so welcoming and so helpful. And their whole thing is it's a team. We all got and they all helped me out so much last week to try to get ready to do this. It's been great. I mean, it really has. Now, in the booth, I don't know. I might be able to get in there eventually. I would never say that I need to be in there because, take over for David or I would never do that. And I'm not even ready for it anyway. There's probably, I have so much to learn anyway. And my I guess, helpfulness is on the course.
Yeah.
My perspective on the course, I think, is better than being
With
in
the players.
Yeah.
You know, so
Is it
getting info on the players and calling shots and all that kind of stuff. That's what I can give. Now, in 5 years, if I don't know any
gonna
players
say.
anymore, then I might be better in the booth, just calling what's going on. But Arlo is so good with reads, and Jerry is literally the best. I mean, he is the best. And Faraday, he's the best in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, with his wit and his
one-liners.
comments and he's been around the game forever. These guys are phenomenal at what they do. So
Suan's and his gravitas, was it?
Yeah, that's right. We had Suan on an earlier episode.
Yeah.
And it just seems like you guys are just a tight-knit
we're
group.
family. I mean, we got housed on Tuesday. We went out and we started drinking at 11. We drank
Hell yeah.
all day and night. We got to know each other very well.
Yeah.
We had a blast. I mean, we were on the charter together. We hang out together. We have dinners. The team is phenomenal. I'm so lucky and glad that I have a team like that to come into it. I'm not just on my own here trying to figure out shit.
Yeah.
On my own. They all could not have been more helpful, and excited that I was actually part of the team.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, that seems like when we spoke to Suan, that was one thing we said. It seems like LIV is a really good place to work, and that seems to be the case. She said everyone is really helpful, and it's just
And it's all the way through the
enjoy
board.
coming
It's
through.
all the everybody on the board. Scott O'Neill,
Yeah.
phenomenal, commissioner. But everybody through the board, just everybody there is awesome. And they were all excited for me to, because they all unanimously wanted me to be on. That's basically what you have to get to do it. And I'm just excited that everybody wanted me to do it. But everybody, top to bottom, the whole deal is just awesome.
That's awesome.
Great.
Amazing.
We obviously we won't hold you too long. So, our final 4 questions, we ask all of our guests these 4 questions. Pretty stock standard in the golf world, but the first one is your fantasy foursome. We'll keep it PG rated. So yourself and 3 other people who you want to play golf with. If you could pick out of anyone in the world, who would it be? So Pat Perez and 3 others.
Probably my dad. My dad's turned 80 this year, so it'd be great to play with him again.
Yep.
And eventually, hopefully, it gets to the point where I can, put my 2 kids in there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's a good
I
first.
think that, they're only 6 and 3. Hopefully they get to the point and I'm still alive where, and my dad is still doing where, the 4 of us could go play. I think that would be amazing. We lost my brother a year and a half ago, so I would kill to have him for just another day. But, it would probably be the 5th of them, but he would be there with us anyway. But I think those 3 would be.
That'd be beautiful. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Amazing
Good answer. Your favourite course? You've obviously played a shit ton. So what's your favourite course?
Everyone asks that. I don't really have one. I love playing Riviera.
Yep.
Obviously, Augusta's Augusta.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a favorite. I guess if I had to pick a favorite one at this point, it would be Silverleaf because I play with all my buddies there.
Yeah.
I get to play with Rom and everybody, and the owner Ben is the best, and we play with him, and all we do is talk shit all day, and it's just, that is fun for me because every other time I go, it's work.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
the fun, I don't get that many fun trips. Like I've never really done like a golf guys trip.
Yeah.
Never really done it.
Yep.
If I do, it's like a tournament in Cabo or the Bahamas or something. I blow my brains out for 4 days and go home, like everybody else does. But I don't really have. I don't know. It's not that I don't have a favorite course. There's so many great ones. I mean, St. Andrews, obviously, St. Andrews. They're all phenomenal. I just
probably say more the experience rather than.
It's not when I just need to go play the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just love being home with the boys, hanging out. Talking shit, playing, and listening to music, and hanging out at Silverleaf, basically.
Beautiful. Obviously, you've had a watering hole song, so we're named after, obviously, the watering hole, the 12th here at Grange. Every player comes out to the walkout song and they pick their song. You've had your song, so if you were, coming out this year to get the ace on the 12th, what's the song of choice at the moment?
Well, I always went with Aces High.
Yeah.
Because I figured it was really the only song that I loved so much, but it was also Aces, and it was part of our team, so I always went with Aces High, and then I switched it to Jump Around. Last year, and we got kind of
that was
people
good.
going. I don't know. I actually have. I'll tell you guys off camera what I'm going to try to do this year.
Nice.
If I can get in there, because they're not going to have me call out holes, so I think I got a perfect opportunity. Actually, I'll tell you, I'm going to try to get everybody to do the wave.
Oh, yeah, nice.
yeah.
Get in. I'm going to try to get in because I won't be calling it in because it's so loud and the announcers will take it. So I'm going to try to get in there and get everybody to,
Absolutely. That'd go on.
That'd be huge.
Yeah, it'll
Huge.
take it to another level for sure. And the last one we ask everyone, again, you were actually fortunate to play on LIV, but let's say that you come back and they said, Pat Perez, we want you to be a captain of a team. What would you call your team? So
That's a damn good question. I don't know. I never thought about it.
I kind
Air
of feel,
GC.
I kind of feel like Jumpman GC or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe something in that category. I couldn't even tell you. I've never
It's a
thought
hard
about
question.
It is a hard question.
On the spot.
it. I don't know if I could use Jumpman because there would probably be a little infringement.
Yeah, I was going to say. As I said,
Unless
that's hang on, maybe.
unless I got the blessing from the big man himself.
Yeah.
That's a copyright case you're going to lose. Yeah.
I honestly couldn't even tell you. I don't.
We'll think about it and tell us
I
next
don't.
time.
I will. I will.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Cheers,
appreciate it.
Pat.
Thanks for
Cheers
having
for coming
me.
on. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you,
we
Pat.
wish you nothing but success in the new role, and we'll be following you. I know Chris will. He's borderline in love with you, mate. So no. Thanks so much for coming on and giving us your time, mate.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you
Cheers,
got it.
man.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys. Thank you,
Thank
Pat.
you.
Appreciate it.